I feel
I really
like
do.
We're watching like a rejected storyline of Cowboy Bebop escorting a headless C-3PO or something. I don't know.
Multiverse.
Wait, did you say Cowboy and Bebop?
Wait, did I?
Oh, show me falling off the roof.
You need to.
You said Cowboy. I like.
Ah, man.
I'm sorry. That's the best.
See you later, Space Bebop.
Yeah.
The NES reigned supreme when I was a kid. It had platformers, shoot-'em-ups, puzzle games, RPGs, stock market simulators. Yeah, it had everything. But one genre that was probably one of my favorites was the beat-'em-up genre, and there were two competing franchises that grabbed everyone's attention: Double Dragon and Teenage Mutant Ninja... Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Both games had you go from level to level, just beating the crap out of everyone and everything that you see, but the one that stuck with me the most was, of course, the Turtles game. I mean, how could it not? They had a huge lineup of toys, comics, a long-running cartoon show, and a movie trilogy. And of course, its arcade versions were the cabinet that most kids crowded over. That and The Simpsons. It wasn't until Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo is where I really started getting addicted to the genre, and this was mostly due to the game having more in-depth movesets compared to other beat-em-ups at the time, and to some extent, even ones today. The animation was fluid, the humor was spot on, and it was one of the best times you ever had with a friend, or three of them in the arcade version. TMNT games eventually evolved into 3D beat-em-ups, similar to Fighting Force, and were based on later iterations of the show. But they never felt as good to me as the traditional 2D versions back in the day. For me, Turtles in Time was a final entry of that style. Well, at least until now.
Look at these arcade tokens. Alright.
Look at these tickets! Just lying
Damn.
here! I want them!
We could buy like one whistle now, something like that. Oh
wait!
It looks like
it looks like
Frog and Toad. They love for the book Frog and Toad.
You gonna help us out, or just?
He's just sitting there.
All right, bye.
Bye. See ya.
He just has a flail.
Oh, you.
My God, this game is good. It plays so well, and it looks just great. It's points. Okay.
Look at it's combination sushi pizza. It's like Taco Bell Pizza
They
Hut.
look so cute with the little hats.
I'm at the sushi.
I
I'm at the pizza.
I like an extra large. No, sorry.
Yeah, I'm at the combination sushi pizza.
This customer service is horrible. They're trying to smack me in the face.
Oh God, I can't even. What a terrible combo. They're like. Bleh.
Unlike more recent games, Shredder's Revenge goes back in time to the classic late 80s show that started it all, and is very much a tribute to both it and games of the era. The game's graphics and whimsical animations are similar to titles such as Mercenary Kings, another title by Tribute Games, as well as Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The same love to the animation is not just seen through the main characters though, but it's also even to the enemies. While you'll still be mostly fighting the Foot Clan, I still never got tired of seeing them in the many ways they made an entrance. So much thought was put into these guys that there were even times that I thought I was the bad guy, as many of their idle animations just shows them chilling. Look at this. Why am I fighting these guys again? Look at him. He's minding his own business. He did nothing to me. Quick, somebody give these two some nom-noms.
Nom-noms.
What did you say? Nom-noms.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Nom-noms.
The game puts the player in a world set like a classic TMNT episode, and has the player going through places like city streets, malls, Central Park, Channel 6 News, and of course, Dimension X. Along the way, players will also come across the show's other characters like Irma and Vern, who serve as side quests.
Who are these guys?
Cowboy
It's Bebop. It's Cowboy and Bebop.
Cowboy and Bebop.
Everybody knows them. What like the
Yeah, always
original
like-
Ninja Turtles comics like more like adult too? Like they were more violent or something like that?
I did have a comic of the comic version of the third Turtles movie, the one where they go to like feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is a part where one of the bad guys and was it Don? It was either Don or no, it was Mike. They do the whole Ninja Gaiden thing, the beginning of the first Ninja Gaiden on NES when they jump in the air.
Oh, they jump in the air? That's bad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mike gets cut, and you actually see blood coming out. It's not red, but it's a single blood. Yeah.
Damn, I want like a Ninja Gaiden Ninja Turtles game now.
Yeah.
That'd be badass, yeah.
Most of the game's story is delivered with animated stills and one-liners in between stages. Yeah, the story is there. It's simple, but it's not a big deal and not why you're here. Besides the gameplay itself, what's going to catch your interest more is pointing out just how much effort the game has gone through in referencing parts of the show, and all the numerous nods to the classic games. So, Shredder on the TV there. This is a bit nitpicking, but I know the details. That is the exact same pose that Shredder is in the NES when he's talking on the TV. When he kidnaps Splinter. No, they're quoting things that they said in previous games. Even April, I don't know when she says it. She says you have my support. So
right.
The second level.
Yeah.
She says that on every message. The gameplay just screams Turtles in Time. Not just in control, but the look as well. A lot of the animations from that game were replicated, which is a testament to the game knowing its target audience. Gee, I feel old now. Thankfully, the game is much more than just a reskin of Turtles in Time. While the animation borrows a lot from its inspiration, there's a lot of new modernized moves that you can pull off, such as super attacks, dodging, and smell therapy. Now, super attacks aren't necessarily a new concept to classic beat-em-ups, but if there's one mechanic I'm glad that didn't carry over from them, is the loss of health whenever you used it. Seriously, who thought that was a good idea? In most cases, you use such attacks so you don't lose health from getting surrounded.
What the fuck were they thinking?
Instead, you have a focus meter that increases as you defeat enemies, which gives you a usable super attack when it reaches full. Dodging was something that wasn't much of a thing in the genre back then either, at least not in the ones that I played. Certainly not in any of the Turtles games. So much that I often forgot that it even existed during my first playthrough. I just wasn't used to it. Let me offer a hint. Don't. Not only does it get you out of harm's way, but I'm pretty sure it also gives you some brief invincibility frames as well. Honestly, this one move is more useful than it has any right to be, and can often get you out of harm's way in ways that other games didn't even give you.
So, are you from the past or the future, or like where are you from?
Thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Speaking of gritty anything, the first parody violent take on anything that I've ever seen as a kid, it was literally some kind of magazine. It must have been Mad. I'm pretty sure it was a Mad magazine. And the cover, literally, it had the turtles. There was like they were on like a sushi platter, and giant chopsticks was reaching for them.
That sounds like a Mad magazine.
What is this? By far, my most favorite addition is the ability to change direction of your attack mid-combo. Far too many beat-em-ups don't allow you to do this, though seemingly on purpose. So you fall prey to the genre's most common way of defeating the player, getting surrounded. Because as fun as it is gathering a whole bunch of enemies in one spot so you can smack them all at once, oftentimes it's easy to get ahead of yourself and get surrounded. If a super attack isn't available, or dodging will cause you to get into more trouble, this is the next best thing. The game has two modes. One is arcade mode, which is the good old classic way of playing the game, with limited continues, no saves, and a corresponding leaderboard. Story mode seems to be the mainstay, however, and takes the usual arcade style of the game and throws in the world map, character level progression, and the aforementioned side quests. Thankfully, these quests aren't much of a distraction to the flow of the game, as often you'll come across at least some of the items these characters want before you even meet them. She looks a lot smaller than what she did in the cartoon.
She looks like a mouse for some reason. Maybe it's the glasses. I don't know. She looks like she'd be like some anthropomorphic mouse character.
Oh, You do still have a limited number of lives, but losing them all simply means starting the level over. Character level progression is tied to characters individually, giving an excuse to try out different characters, which is a good thing, as they all play differently enough to warrant multiple playthroughs. But new to the franchise is the ability to play as other characters besides the Turtles, such as Splinter, Casey Jones, and even April. If you caught any news about this game earlier though, you probably already knew this. But I still find this really awesome, as April in particular has usually played a Princess Peach role for a lot of games. She's finally tired of Shredder's shit. April has dropped the mic and is now using it and other various news station property to smack her ex-kidnappers in the face. And she's not half bad at it either. I guess she just really wanted to get up close and personal when taking pictures. Ugh. The game's soundtrack is highly reminiscent of the same energetic vibe that the previous games always had, and goes out of its way to remix a few older familiar tunes, as well as having a few licensed tracks made by Ghostface Killer and Wu-Tang Clan. Sadly, no Vanilla Ice. Meanwhile, not a single foot soldier has the brains to attack the blip that's just hanging out in the background watching.
Right.
Can you imagine if we had like all 6 players playing and the blip is still there? Who's flying the blip?
Who's trying to? They start screaming at the blip.
Bro, who was Blimp?
Who was Blimp?
So that's it then. Is it the perfect beat 'em up? Well,
Like a
Ow.
there was like a April. Stop running, April. Hold on, April's stuck. I need to.
Oh no.
Am I like it? April, stop running into the.
No.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
She's just like running into the tree. I'm like, oh, thanks,
She
April.
likes trees. What can I say?
There you go.
Not quite. Just not quite.
The ultimate fight is. Did it freeze up for you guys?
Yeah. Oh no.
Wow.
Nope, I am still fighting. You guys are walking in place.
Yeah, they froze for me.
It froze for me.
Oh, crap.
You gotta beat it. This happened when we were playing with when I was playing with other people. We gotta wait. We just gotta wait.
One issue I did have with the game is the rather obtuse way of setting up an online game with friends. Normally this wouldn't be an issue, but if anyone is on different platforms, things can get a little tricky. The game is available on pretty much every modern console, as well as on Steam for PC. It does have crossplay. However, currently only between the PC version and Xbox, be it on Game Pass or owning the game outright. But the in-game menus make it confusing as to how to actually get that working, as inviting someone tends to only show players on your chosen platform. The footage you've been seeing is me trying to get a game up with others, since me trying to get into their game wasn't working, as I was the only one who had the Steam version, while they had Game Pass. It wasn't until all 3 of us linked our accounts to the Epic Games and friended each other there, did only then an additional option in the menu show up to be able to see friends playing across the Epic Games platform. A platform which the game is not even available on. Yeah, I don't know either.
This is it. We're in. We're all in. We're all
Okay.
in.
Oh,
We're
it
all
works.
in.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Alright.
in. Oh.
Hopefully,
all in.
if
All
I
in.
push B, the menu won't leave. Please.
All right. Yeah. Don't.
Okay,
don't
thank
leave.
God.
Thank
All
God.
right.
Thank God.
Oh, man.
We're all in. I don't want to question it too much, but like I still think it's very bizarre that like a launcher that's not even officially supported is how we are all playing together right now over like I don't know. It's so weird. Thank you, Tim Sweeney. Thank you, Fortnite.
Thank you, Fortnite.
Thank you, Gears of War. I guess to a lesser. No, wait. They're owned by Microsoft now. They're not helping.
Watch, they make a sequel to this game, and it involves like all platforms, which do different things.
Right? No, they're gonna next time it's gonna be like Epic Store exclusive or something, and they're gonna I'm never buying it. Boycott Epic.
Each turtle is locked to a particular console.
Oh god, no.
Oh my god, that'd be the sad thing is I can see that happening. Like
Raphael is Switch exclusive.
There you go. Casey Jones is for like Stadia or something like that, or
Strange crossplay aside, though, when it all comes down to it, Shredder's Revenge is simply a love letter to the games and show that originally rose the franchise to fame. It may just be a simple beat 'em up, but the amount of detail, heart, and soul this game has is just undeniable, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Generic.
When I was at PAX, they had like the developers who made this game like at the booth, and because they also did like Windjammers too. And they just sounded so happy about this game, and they said like we really hope like people like this. They said because like we worked so hard on this, and they said we put our heart and soul into this. Is like a dream game for us, and they said
it really shows too.
It shows.
They're like they were so nervous. Yeah. Epic to the rescue, but they said we really hope people like this. They said because like we wouldn't. He said I would not be able to handle if like people hated this game or didn't like it. He said I just wouldn't be able to. But like this is like the opposite of like a hated game. This is so good.